Hi guys, it's Zoe Troi Rawlings with the Tot Topic Show. And thumbs up if you like this video. And thank you for watching all of our YouTube videos. And thank you. And bye.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I am Troi Rawlings, and this is
Zoe Troi Rawlings.
And this show is called
Top Topics.
Say it again.
Top Topics.
Say it again.
Tot Topics.
This show is called Tot Topics with Zoe Troi Rawlings. Thank you for tuning in. And Zoe, introduce yourself to the people. Let them know a little bit about you. What you like to do, who you are, how old you are.
I am 6 years old and I like ballet. I do ballet and I like watching the Cosby Show sometimes. And I just like wake up in the morning and...
You don't have to read the board. She's reading the board.
Because you put it up there for
well,
reading.
that's just for, this is the first show I'm teaching Zoe how I go about producing a show when I'm working with somebody. So I wrote stuff on our board here at the LA Radio Now Studios and Training Facility. And yeah.
I like doing crafts sometimes, and I also like doing shows. It's my thing, and I just like doing them sometimes because sometimes I feel my mommy, and sometimes all of us, like I do a show, Mom does a show, and Daddy does a show, and it calls LA Radio Now. And that's why we got our first radio station, then we got our second radio station, then we had our third radio station, and now we have our fourth radio station.
No, this is just the third location. But that's coming. We are gonna have more. But on Tot Topics, this is a show where my 6-year-old daughter, Zoe Troi Rawlings, gets to talk 6-year-old stuff to some of your kids. So this is a show that's safe for your kids to listen to and tune into. Hey, what's going on, everybody? We're live on IG as well. So what's going on? Hey, Miss Shaw. Hey, my man Barry Bonds. Mr. Gladden. Hi, everybody. Well, this is like we said, this is a great show for you to listen to with your kids, because sometimes we'll be talking about things that may not just be
kid stuff.
May not just be kid stuff, maybe family stuff, maybe some serious stuff we have to talk about sometimes. But I think Zoe's more than ready. A lot of times people say, oh, she's shy. And I'm like, Zoe's not shy.
Not many times.
Not many times. She's not shy.
But on my first one, I am sometimes shy.
Yeah, everybody is though. So this is something where adults, I've been training people for years on doing radio and having the radio station. I produce many shows, and a lot of people, she's playing to the camera right now, hamming up, and a lot of people are nervous when they first start a show. So it's nothing, but you're doing a great job so far. So I want to talk to you first about 2 years ago. You're 6 now. 2 years ago, I think it was 2 years ago. Maybe
2 years ago, I was in my mom's belly, and
No, you weren't in your mom's belly. You were in your mom's belly about 6 years ago. 2 years ago, you started ballet. How was that experience? Well, before that, which is crazy, since she was about 2, she had been saying she wanted to do ballet and be a doctor.
It started off like this. We were walking with my mom and dad, and all I said it when I was on my dad's shoulders. I saw this great ballet dancers show, and I really wanted to try it out. So I said, Daddy, I want to try this out. And he said, will you give up? And I said, never. And then all of a sudden I started being in ballet, like I said before, and I just really like it.
Yeah, the first time you did ballet was pretty amazing. She was ready and she was stretching. I didn't realize that all kids weren't flexible. I thought all kids were like rubber bands. They could just bend their legs anywhere and stuff like that. But come to find out, all kids aren't flexible. So, and Zoe goes to a great ballet school with a Russian heritage of classical ballet. So first time she went, it was pretty amazing, because when we first went there, we go in and there's little girls in there, and they're going in, and Zoe's first class, another little girl's first class, and Zoe gets ready to go in, and the little girl has a breakdown. She starts crying, and I could tell it shook Zoe up a little bit. And Zoe came and looked at me, and she was like, Daddy, I don't want to do it. And I got down on my knee. You remember what I told you? I got on my knee and I said, look, you've been wanting to do this for like 2 years. You've been talking about it. So I'm here for you. I said, the least you could do is go in there. And she went in, and she was amazing, and has been dancing ever since. What was that experience like? Your first class?
It was good for me because, me, I have to stretch and stuff. Now I have 2 stuff to do, and now I can take ballet. It's kind of like my thing because, I've been doing ballet since
2 years.
2 years, and it has been a new option for me, and I'm in the white class now. I was in the pink class, but now I'm in white class.
White class, the more
then
advanced
black class.
Then the black class is where they get down, baby, with the black stuff, the blackness.
And then we get on our dance show, and all of a sudden we're doing a Moana dance show, and it's going to be a long
performance
dance.
Yeah, that's good. Because the first dance was I think the first one you did was like puppies. The second one was...
Yeah, it was the puppies, and then it was the ducks.
Puppies, then ducks. Now this one, you actually are just dancers doing a performance. Or are you mermaids?
We're Moanas.
Okay.
In my group, we're the Moanas. The other big girls get to stand on their knees a little bit higher, and the little ones go in the boat, and then they and there's this white thing that's going to be the sea, and we're going to
You're gonna like what?
We're just going to do this.
And then you're like, ah! See, don't y'all listening can't see her waving her hands like they on the boat.
And then it's already white. All we need to do is color it in, which is going to be my mom's job because she's helping Finn's mom to do it.
Okay.
And she's helping with the things, and we tried it out, and it was perfect.
Oh, perfect.
And I was like this and like this, and I was holding, I don't know what this is supposed to be. I think it's going to be a flag.
Or some kind of wand, or I forget what it's called. Maybe I forget what it's called.
I know, a spoon.
No, it's not gonna be a spoon. I forgot what it's called in Moana. They were holding I forgot what it is. Not a tray.
This kind of thing.
I don't know what that is. They're rocking their arms, but set aside. So ballet, you love dance.
Ballet is my thing because when I first started it, I be confident in myself, and I say I can do it because this is the whole reason why I like doing dance, because I've been stretching a lot, and I thought about looking up on dance, and it was very new for me first.
And that was something I didn't know, how Zoe's very flexible, and her teacher was like, can you take a picture of this? And I didn't know that was something that was key, but Zoe's stretching and she's into dance. That was her cup hitting the floor. If you're just tuning in, you're listening to Tot Topics with Zoe, Troi, Rawlings. You're fine.
It's moving.
No, you're good.
You're putting the thing.
Oh, it's my arm is moving. She's schooling me or not making stuff move. So
you have to do it too, Daddy.
Yes. So you're in kindergarten now. How's kindergarten compared to TK?
Okay, so I did TK, and my first TK teacher was Miss Denny, and now I'm in kindergarten, and it's kind of new for me, but I'm going to tell you something that I liked about kindergarten or something. And what I really like is that we get to do crafts, new stuff. And Miss Wang is going to tell us about Chinese New Year.
Oh.
And we have a big, the kids, in Chinese New Year's, the kids get to dance with the lion.
Oh, the dragon and stuff.
And the dragon.
No, that's not it.
And men are actually under the dragon, and women can be. And moving, the lights are flashing on each character. And Miss Peggy and Miss Wong said, you guys are probably in the year of the dragon or the rabbit.
I think it's the year of the
I'm in the year of the rabbit because I'm 6 now.
Oh, okay.
And TKers, they're in the set of the dragon 5.
Okay.
I don't know what she said, but I don't know when Miss Wong was born. I think she was born in the year of the pig. I don't think.
I don't know. We're gonna leave it alone, just in case she's watching.
Dad, what is the stuff? What is those
pig.
craft for?
Oh, that's for later. But we'll talk about that later. Actually, we can talk about that now a little bit. I'm going to teach Zoe today how to do a vision board. So a vision board is pretty much all the goals. You know how we go and look at different houses and we say, this was a vision. You remember when I was just talking about having a radio station. And so this was something that I visualized. Actually is on the vision board, my old vision board from 2016. This was a vision to have the radio station. So the radio station was actually a vision. And what a vision board helps you do is write down your visions, make them plain so that you can see them and keep them in front of you. So we're going to do some vision boards today. What are some things that you want in the future?
In the future, I dream of being, what I really want to be is an author.
Oh, you're going to be an author.
And I really want to do some kind of acting. And
That's new.
I want to be an author, do acting, and I also want to do for a living is science. And I did a little bit of science. Science is a doctor. You have to learn how to be a doctor, and it's the same as science, because science is kind of like a doctor, but fix people up.
Right. So you've been saying you wanted to be a scientist for a while, or a doctor. Being a doctor, especially a medical doctor, that is a part of science.
How about a nursery?
A nursery taking care of kids, or a nurse? A nurse is something else. A nurse is like the nurses that help when we go to the hospital.
Taking care of
a nursery is like
babies.
Yeah, that's a nursery. So it depends. You know what kind of science you want to go into? What do you like about science? Why? Because you've been saying that a lot lately. You've been saying that a lot for the past, probably for the past 6 months. You've been saying that.
3 hours.
No, you've been saying it for the past 6 months, not 3 hours. So what do you like the most about science?
Well, it's kind of new for me, so I'm not getting shy anymore. But the most thing I like about science is you get to spend all your time looking on which thing you want to do. And
you said something about you talked about chemistry. You like making things. You said something about turning sand to water.
I want to turn water into sand.
Water into sand.
So it's so easy. You just need a bucket of water, and you can just get some soap, and then you put it in, and then you mix it up 3 times, and then boom, it turns into sand.
That's some alchemy. I don't know what you're doing, but that's some gangster science. That's some turning water into, mix it with the sand, and you soap, and you turn it into water, sand. Okay, so scientists.
And I want to be I like making stuff. I like making, I have my own, I have this amazing machine that's the machine that you use for making clothes.
Oh, sewing machine.
I have a sewing machine, and I sewed, and you guess what I sewed? I sewed a butterfly pillow, and it's for my dollies now. Or I can use it for I don't know, probably I can use it for my Baby Alive dolls.
Yes, you can.
And probably I can use it for just for a memory when I was little. Mm-hmm. And when I turn 7 years old, I think I want to go to Legoland.
Legoland, okay.
I never went there before, seriously, but I like Legoland.
Okay.
I heard about it. Most people say, Legoland is so fun, I want to go back.
What did it say?
They said, Legoland is so fun, I want to go back.
Say it one more time.
Legoland is so good. And I was like, okay then.
Okay. Now, lately, we've been, well, you've been doing great with reading, so we've been reading a lot more. But what's one of your favorite TV shows now?
Mr. Cosby and
The Cosby Show.
The Cosby Show and Letters and Numbers. If you guys want to teach your kids about reading, you can if you want to. This is just a little bit of experience about what you want to do for a living, and yeah.
What do you like the most about The Cosby Show? The Huxtables, as we say.
It teaches me how you live, and it teaches me so much about kids, and it teach me about how does it really feel to be a dad and a mom. And The Cosby Show, there's Mr. Cosby, Claire Huxtable, Theo Huxtable, Rudy Huxtable. I forgot the girls' names.
Vanessa
Huxtable and
Denise and Sandra.
All of them are, some of them are kids and some of them are not, and some of them I already know, and I just like doing these kind of stuff. It's my thing. And
for those that listen to the podcast, you didn't see the quotes in the air quotes. She did a thing. But what makes you feel good about watching the Cosby? Here's a funny thing. When we watched the Cosby Show and different shows we liked back in the day, we had to wait a whole nother week
to watch Cosby shows. It's only on Thursday. I get it.
It was only on Thursdays.
You don't need to say it again.
I got to, because you know why? Because you kids nowadays,
I'll tell them.
I'll tell them. You kids nowadays can watch a whole box set of episodes. It's like what they do with the Cartoon Network and different channels. Like there's no
other place.
There's no break. That's why we got a break. That's why you guys look like you're gonna cry when we turn the DVD off, because you're used to watching it the whole time. And we didn't have that luxury. We had to watch it Thursday, then we had to wait a whole nother week for the next one to come on. You watched.
That's why I don't want him to talk about that.
No, that's the thing. I'm just saying.
It breaks your heart when you can't watch anything.
No, we could watch different things, but we had a variety of things we have to watch. Whereas you could watch the same program all day. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird because things are changing.
Right, but that's one of the reasons why as parents we have to be mindful to make sure we keep kids active doing different things, learning, and teachers are good at us letting know, look, just do 15-minute increments. You don't have to do a study like their older kid, but also get out, go for a walk. If you don't want to ride or if you can't ride a bike, which we're going to ride your bike today, we're going to do some other things. Get out, go for a walk.
I never give up on my bike because I always know that God's with me whenever I ride my bike, and I might times fall on my knee or something on the grass, but you learn from your mistakes. I'm going to let you know that, kids. And yeah.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing. That's something I did say. You mentioned it earlier. I said that to you when you started ballet. I was like, look, Zoe, anything you start and I know you like, I'm not going to let you quit. And what did you say?
I won't quit, Daddy.
Yeah, it was the greatest thing in the world.
Won't.
So that's a big thing. I remember I was involved with sports and music and stuff, and my parents were always encouraging me when I started. But a lot of times, they weren't really, if I didn't want to do it anymore, they didn't make me. And I don't think you should make your kids do something they don't want to do, but at the same time, I think you should put to them that, look, I'm not just going to let you quit.
I'm going to also let you work on that, but I'm not going to let you quit. I'm not going to make you do it if you don't want to.
Yeah, but it has to be something in there. Like, I don't believe you should make your kids do something they don't want to, but make sure you've exhausted all possibilities. Say, okay, I know you want to quit right now, but let's give it 4 more weeks. I know you want to quit right now, but let's give it 4 more lessons.
To see if you're going to give up or not. Just to see if you're really going to give up.
Right. I don't think we should just let our children be able to quit something or throw a tantrum and they get their way or anything like that. That's not helping them know how to work through things. A lot of times, and I'm talking about adults now, I think we have such a hard time working through. Thank you, baby. She's making me emotional during the podcast. She grabbed my hand. As adults, we have such a hard time nowadays, it seems like, committing and going through hard times sometimes. But I think it's because of not having someone there and say, hey, don't quit. Keep going. It's going to get hard. You're doing great. Keep going. So does that really help you when you know that me and Mommy are rooting for you?
It helps me because I just like doing radio. It's my thing.
That was your thing.
It's my thing because
Well, the radio show, we've been talking about this for a while. We've been talking about doing the top topics for a while. But I just knew now. I knew getting you in here and letting you talk and letting you do your thing would be great. Thank you as well. So if you're just tuning in, you're listening to
you're listening to Tot Topics, Zoe's radio show.
And what's your full name, so they know?
My full name, you can just call me Zoe Troi Rawlings, but my full name is Zoe Troi Rawlings. But you can just call me Zoe.
Zoe. Okay, so it's Tot Topics with Zoe. And like we said, this is going to be a great show for you adults to tune in with your kids, because it'll be just Zoe and her pops talking. Sometimes we'll eventually get some special guests on here. Maybe some celebrity kids, maybe some just kids that are Zoe's friend, and
kids and grown-ups.
And grown-ups. We'll have some grown-ups. Anything you want to ask me? What questions do you want to ask me?
Well, can I tell who I want tomorrow to come?
Well, not tomorrow, on the next show. Sure. Who would you want on the next show?
I want that guy that you met that was like, that has those kind of cards. The one that says Soccer Dad.
Oh, Lester Spate. Yeah.
Lester.
All right, Lester.
I want him to come
Lester,
with her kid.
Him in London? All right, Lester.
London.
You're going to be the next guest on Top Topics. And you have to bring London. So we'll interview Lester in London. Lester Spate. He's also a good friend, Baltimore native, and he has the Lester Spate Show here on LARadioNow.com. It's a maintenance Monday. So
I want my cousins to come because and my friend that he already, that I know, I was shy at first when I met London, but she told me peace and kindness, and she's taller than me. I think she's the same age as me.
She's a little bit younger, maybe, but she's taller. London is tall.
She's taller than me.
My father's like 6'6". So.
And I just want them to come over, because if you don't make it, then you're going to be late. Don't be late. Because we're going to start in an hour.
We're going to start on time, yes. Okay. So, Zoe, this has been a great first show. Amazing. This has been an amazing first show. What else what do you want to say to folks before we get out of here? Anything you want to say to them?
I love you guys. Peace. And just tell your kids to we learned a lesson today, which don't make your kids do stuff that they don't want to do. Just say, give it 4 weeks or 2 weeks more, and probably they will like it. Don't make your kids do it.
Okay, if your kids start something, don't let them quit right away. If they want to quit, don't let them quit. She's saying, say, look, yeah, I know you don't like this, but let's give it 4 more weeks or whatever, and then go from there. What's funny is you talked about Lester Spate's movie, My Dad's a Soccer Mom, and but that was funny because the little girl in that, I don't want to give away the movie if you haven't seen the movie, and a big shout out.
We don't want to give away the movie,
but
it's a great Soccer Mom.
It's a great movie, but the same lesson was in that movie.
It was this lesson: don't make your kids do it if they don't want to. And you know what the little girl said? She wanted to do it, so she played soccer. They saw her play soccer, and
Okay.
That's one detail.
Just one detail. But it's a great movie for you and your kids. It's a great family movie.
And it would teach you more about don't let your kids throw a tantrum. Just give them 2 more weeks to do it, and probably they will like it.
Yeah, it's true. I think that's a good piece. If your kids say they want to quit something, say, okay, talk to them about it, find out why, and then say, hey, let's try it 2 more weeks. 4 more, let's do 4 more classes, 2 more classes, whatever it is, and kind of go from there. Okay.
And then you'll start from liking it a little bit, then you like it a lot, and then you do it for a living.
That's true, you could. All right, Zoe. So tell everybody goodbye, and we'll see them next time.
Goodbye.
Well,
Probably on Thanksgiving I will see you.
No, that's too long away.
I like Thanksgiving. It tells you about the pilgrims. Well, I want to say a little bit quick thing before we go. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure.
About the pilgrim story, I just want to tell you guys that a long time ago, before anybody was there were pilgrims. They had nothing to eat. All they ate is fish, and they did not have a house to live in. They only lived in a small boat, and some of them, when it was the winter, some of them even died, and it's very sad because some of the pilgrims had childs, and some of the childs didn't have any mom or dads anymore because one of them died.
Well, do you know who saved the pilgrims?
The Americans.
There you go. So
they told them how to plant food and how to do it, and it lasts for 8 days. You know, I lasted for 8 days because they didn't know that it lasted for 8 days because they had so much food. So in the morning they played some games, they ate food, and the next thing happened, and the next day happened, and the next day happened.
The child's version of the of the pilgrim story. But yes, thank God for the Native Americans.
Native Americans.
All right.
Sorry, got caught up in the moment.
I thought
it was a good thing to do.
It was a good thing to do. All right. This has been Tot Topics with your hosts, Zoe,
Troi Rawlings, and
her dad, Troi Rawlings. Thank you so much, Zoe. You want to say anything else before we get out of here? Oh my goodness.
You told me!
You just have to say bye now.
Bye guys, and I hope you get a thumbs up if you like this video. And yeah. And thank you for all the posts, all of the great messages, and thank you for letting me on this good trip of the video of laradionow.com.
In the podcast. Because some people would just be listening. When you see it, they're just really going to listen.
And guys, tell your kids, give it 4 more weeks before you give up.
That's a good one.
That's what I have learned today. And thank you, Daddy, for letting me on this good show.
And my pleasure. I love you so much.
So it might be already nighttime.
Not yet. We'll talk to you guys soon. Tot Topics with Zoe Troi Rawlings.